Why does this video try to stay hidden? Not because it contains anything forbidden or shameful, but because it speaks the truth. The truth about how female psychology really works, what truly drives desire, and how power is distributed in relationships. There's a reason she pulled away exactly when you were being most attentive. There's a reason her interest faded right when you were ready to give everything. Why isn't this talked about openly? There's a reason she chose another man, even though you showed more care, invested more, and had purer intentions. The problem is that no one ever taught you the real rules of this game. Instead, they convinced you that if things went wrong, it must be your fault. You weren't good enough, strong enough, or masculine enough. But reality is much harsher. It's not that you're a bad man, you were simply playing by the wrong rules. The core hidden principle is this. Once you understand what women actually respond to and what they almost never admit out loud, you'll stop blaming yourself and chasing. You'll start acting like a man who sees the full picture. First truth, no one likes to say out loud. Kindness by itself doesn't create attraction. Neediness destroys it. They told you to be accommodating, to put her first, to make her the center of your world. But the moment a woman becomes your entire universe, respect vanishes. She wants to feel important, but not like she's carrying your whole emotional world on her shoulders. Common mistakes men make. That I can't live without you energy doesn't pull her in. It pushes her away. A woman wants to be a part of your life, not the replacement for it. That's exactly why men who stay on their own path and lead naturally spark her desire to follow. Second painful truth, a woman can say she loves you but feel nothing inside. What keeps her isn't love, it's respect. When respect disappears, her words and intimacy become empty. She may still be physically present, but emotionally, she's already gone because she no longer believes in your strength and direction. You notice it in the little things. Her attention drifts to her phone. Intimacy becomes rarer. The warmth fades, yet you convince yourself it's just a phase, not realizing that respect slips away quietly, and once it's truly gone, getting it back is almost impossible. Third truth, women sense your emotional dependency long before you do, and at that moment, attraction begins to die. They test you with comments like, "Why didn't you call?" or "Did you miss me?" You interpret it as interest and pour in even more attention, time, and energy, slowly turning from an independent man into someone who lives for her reactions. From her perspective, this looks like a loss of backbone, and nothing kills attraction faster than having to lead the person who's supposed to be the rock. Practical truth, women constantly test boundaries, often without even realizing it. If you let those boundaries be crossed, respect disappears. It starts small. Canceled plans, flirting with others, little digs at you. If you stay silent for the sake of peace, you show that you won't protect yourself or your principles. The key is not to explode in anger, but to calmly and firmly set boundaries. This demonstrates inner strength and self-respect, the very things that make her feel safe and secure with you. Final truth, a woman can still love you but lose desire if you lose respect for yourself. When you abandon your goals, stop growing, and lose discipline, she feels it even if she says nothing. Over time, she stops seeing the man she fell for and starts seeing someone who has given up. Inside, she wonders, if he won't fight for himself, how can he fight for us? The main takeaway, in the end, women don't need the perfect or the richest man. They need a man who stays steady under the pressure, holds his course, chooses self-respect over approval, and never loses himself in a relationship. And that's exactly why these things aren't openly explained, because the moment you stop chasing and start living from your own inner strength, the entire dynamic changes. You stop depending on her reactions and become the kind of man others naturally want to follow.